Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen, Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What is that?
It's time to get in the game.
Do you know what time it is?
Tune in to Primetime Sports Talk with Jalen Gillis. Your go-to source for breaking sports news in Central Texas and exclusive Dallas Cowboys coverage.
Come on, start it up. Let's go.
Catch us Monday through Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Prime Time. I am your host, Jalen Gillis, here to take you through the prime time topics in sports, not only in the Central Texas area, but from all around the nation. Happy Friday Eve to everybody out there. Some of you guys work week in and today. They shortened a lot of the work weeks down to Thursday. Some of your weekends start tonight. You'll get a good way to start it. We got football tonight. NFL football, Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. Really good game on Thursday night. These Thursday night games are starting to be a little bit better than the Monday night games where we just had the Broncos and Browns playing against each other. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us today. Not only today, but all week long. It's been a fun week up here on the show. We had some MCC basketball this week. On Tuesday, we'll have some more MCC basketball on Saturday. So make sure you guys are getting ready to tune into that. Those of you that watch on Centex Sports Network, if you want to be able to watch this content, weekdays 5 to 7 p.m., go over to YouTube, Centex Sports Network /Centex Sports TV. Check us out on there. Hit that subscribe button. Like the stream. Share the stream. Also, click the bell so you can get notified when we go live here 5 to 7 p.m. If you want to be able to listen to this weekdays, go over to Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas, or you can listen on Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas on the app. Download the app on your mobile device, Centex Sports 1 on your mobile devices. You'll be able to listen to this content 5 to 7 p.m. weekdays right here on Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas. Well, folks, it's been a fun week up here on the show. A lot to talk about. We've had a lot to talk about this week. Had Wayne Walker in studio with me yesterday. Did my NFL top 5. Got a chance to talk about some college football. And we know it is championship weekend in college football. And we'll touch on that a little bit later in the show. Talk about some of these conference games. We'll talk about a little bit of NBA today as well. We'll talk about some college basketball, as college basketball hoops has started in men's and women's. Like we just talked about, MCC off to a great start, especially their women's team off to an undefeated start once again, ranked number 10 in the nation. And we'll also talk about this Thursday night game tonight. Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions, two of the top teams in the NFC. So a lot to talk about here today on the show. Joining me here today, I've got Kyrell Gibson calling in with us. We'll have PJ Gaither calling in a little bit later with us as well. Kyrell, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Woke up and the season was almost over.
Yeah, man. Right. I'm telling you, the year is almost over. I can't believe we're already on December 5th already.
All right, man. It's It blew by, definitely, man. I'm thinking about all the December birthdays I got, man. Y'all really feel like y'all jumping me, man. Like
Hey,
grandma, you,
we
uh,
lit. We lit. December, baby, stand up. Sagittarius, the real Sagittarius, the December ones. Y'all stand up. That's the real ones. But yeah, man, the football season, it seems like it's flown by. We're already in conference championship week in college football. We're already in week 14 of the NFL season. I mean, I feel like we was just picking the conference champions in college football. It felt like a few weeks ago, but it's a few months ago now that we look back at it, and probably got almost all of those wrong, especially if we talking about the Big 12. I don't think anybody picked Arizona State or Iowa State that came on this show to come out the Big 12. So,
I'm still shocked, man. I'm
yeah.
looking at the playoff. I was like, Arizona State, what? even, even though, even though the whole season done went by, I'm still looking at the playoff like, nah, somebody messed up somewhere.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, it's crazy. I didn't even think Arizona State. I might have picked them to be somewhere around last. I ain't even going to lie. I can't get on here in front because I'm on camera now. I'm pretty sure I picked them to come in last in this conference, and I mean, they're probably going to win it. They're my pick to win it. I think they're going to beat Iowa State on Saturday, but we'll get to the college football, and we'll talk some NFL too. We'll preview this week 14 coming up. Lots to talk about with that, but I want to start a little bit different today and start with some NBA, as we don't get a chance to talk about a lot of NBA just because there's so much going on in football season right now. But the NBA season has started. We're about 20 games in. We're starting to really see who some teams are. As much as you can see, we're through the first quarter of the season now that we're 20 games into this thing, and teams have already been up and down, back and forth so far. This team, obviously, one of the biggest surprises of the season, the Cleveland Cavaliers, sitting at 19-3 on the season, playing great. They're playing at 6 o'clock while we're in the middle of the show. They're going to be playing a really good game. They're taking on Denver on NBA TV. That game coming on in about an hour. So that's going to be a really good one. But want to talk about I guess if there is a hometown team for NBA here in Central Texas, the one that's closest to us, and that is the Dallas Mavericks, who started out the season pretty shaky. At one point, I think as low as 12th, ranked as low as 12th in the West. Now they've gone on a 5-game winning streak, and first off, just to say, the West is loaded. I mean, there's only like a 4 or 5 game difference between the number 1 seed, which is the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the number 12 seed, which is the Sacramento Kings. They're 6.5 games behind number 1. So that tells you how loaded this Western Conference is. And, I mean, the standings are going to shift literally every single day after every game. The standings are going to shift, as opposed to the East, where there's only 6 teams over 500, and two of those 6 teams are only 1 game over 500 in the Bucks and the Hawks. So the West is a completely different beast. But the Dallas Mavericks, like I said, started off shaky, started off slow, but now 20 games into it, they're sitting at 14-8, and they're moved all the way up to 3rd place in the West, only 2.5 games behind first place. 1 game behind my Houston Rockets, who are sitting at 2, and Oklahoma City sitting at number 1 right now. These standings are going to shift, like I said, literally every single day. But right now, looking at this Mavericks team, they're starting to click and they're starting to find a stride here. Obviously, it's early, and a 5-game winning streak could turn into a 5-game losing streak quick, because we've seen it with the Phoenix Suns, who were at number 1 at one point earlier in the season, and they've slid all the way down to 5th. Well, they actually had to climb back up to 5th. They were around 10th. And even the Los Angeles Lakers, who won 5 or 6 in a row at one point, now they're 12-10, sitting in 9th place in this. And also the San Antonio Spurs, who I felt like lost their first 8 or 9 games. They're sitting at number 10 right now, 11-10, and they're right in the play-in game, right in that area. So the West is super, super loaded, super compact right now. Dallas Mavericks, the Western Conference winners of last year, and now after a 5-game winning streak, that's probably going to extend, because they're playing the Wizards tonight, and I'll talk about the Wizards in a second. They're absolutely terrible. I mean, it's just getting bad. Once you're bad for so many years, I feel like the league has to do something. The league got to step in and do something. The Wizards are heading down that direction. But looking at the Dallas Mavericks, Kyrie, I know you're a Mavericks fan, and you watch all of these games. What are some of the reasons you can point to for why they've gone on this 5-game winning streak, and probably going to go even further than that, because they got the Wizards and I think another couple easy games coming up after that?
Man, I think it's an organizational effort, but I'm gonna give the credit to probably my favorite player. Yeah, he became my favorite player over the last 2 years. Honestly, I've always been a huge fan, but I think he might be my favorite player, just period. But Kyrie Irving, man,
Yeah.
it's not as really his it's not necessarily always his points or his play, but it's his leadership. Like he has this team, everybody believing in themselves. Najee Marshall, PJ Washington, uh, Derek Live. Like he has all these guys. It's like wanting to hoop, man. Like everybody just blooming with confidence. And we went on a losing streak because honestly, Derek Jones was touted as our best defender last year, oftentimes, and that's mostly because he didn't have an offensive game, so he's our defensive specialist. But that didn't necessarily make him our best defender. It was actually PJ Washington. Um, he was probably our best defender all the way around, man. And him being out, for those couple games, like that was a big, huge reason why we were losing because we just didn't have the defensive guy to stop anybody. And we saw that last night when they were playing Ja Morant, man. Like Ja was killing everybody. Clay, Spencer, Kyrie, anybody you put on him. And then, Jason Kidd kind of waited until the fourth quarter when it really mattered. It's like, all right, PJ, go get him. And then all of a sudden, Ja had issues and couldn't really close the game, started running away from the ball, which is, which played right into the hands of the Mavericks, man. But, dude, I really want to talk about, I say it's an organizational effort because I really want to talk about Nico Harrison, and the job he's done since since he got into the league, not as a GM, like not his career, because it started as a Dallas Maverick. Dude was working for Nike, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's not this isn't no Eric Spoelstra situation or Brad Stevens where he's just like in basketball, been around basketball his whole life. I'm sure he has, but, he was working for Nike. And they came in and immediately Kyrie Irving, immediately draft Derek Lively, immediately trade for Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, go to the finals. Like that's huge, man. And the trades he's making, even the offseason moves this year. I know me and Two Raw, man, was arguing about who was better, whether we got better with Najee Marshall or Derrick Jones Jr. That conversation's over with. Najee Marshall averaged 20 during this, has been averaging 20 over this like 9-game span. He actually has a game, and that's the offseason pickup, man. Getting Klay Thompson for $15 million, even though he's not playing great, it don't matter. Like I can't wait to see what we look like if Klay actually decides to make a shot. So this is all good. He got time, man, and I still like OKC at 1 with the healthy check just because he looks like he's improved that much over the last offseason. If he comes back like how he looked to start the season, I'm still taking OKC to finish the season as a top seed. I'm not taking them playoffs, but I will take them to finish as a top seed. But outside of that, man, it's 4 teams that I'm looking at, really 5, because I'm still throwing the Suns in there too. Because that losing streak I think had a lot to do with KD being out.
Oh, for sure.
KD's playing defense.
Yeah.
KD's playing defense. He's locked in, man.
By far their best player.
Yeah, easily. And Gilbert Arenas was talking about, how we all kind of jumped on KD when we really should have been jumping on Golden State, about, crying for help, instead of just KD just going. But, I think it should have been an equal constraints. But KD and Kyrie, man, the two most probably just like slighted superstars besides LeBron, of course, if we want to say he's slighted. But I don't think LeBron's ever been slighted in the way that KD and Kyrie have. Like they was after their character. I'm not saying they were after LeBron's, but couldn't nobody really question LeBron's greatness. They were questioning Kyrie and KD's greatness, and for them to both be kind of like leading teams, as not Kyrie's not the best player, but he's the leader of the Dallas Mavericks. That's for sure. We got Mbappe. You know what I'm saying? He's not really trying to lead nobody. He just want to do his thing. But Kyrie's our leader. KD is the best player and the leader for the Phoenix Suns. And when they play and when he's on that court, I'm scared of the Suns. So
yeah, the Suns are a lot better. I agree with that. Suns definitely look a lot better when they get healthy. Because I feel like they still haven't played with a full lineup. I mean, I don't even think they can trade Bradley Beal at this point, so they just got to make it work. But when they're fully healthy, they're going to be a dangerous team. And to your point about them being slighted, that is true. But the reason that LeBron or somebody wasn't slighted like them because Kyrie and KD brought a lot of that onto themselves. Didn't nobody make them. The only one that wasn't warranted with Kyrie was the last one he was under scrutiny for with, all the other stuff. But most of the stuff KD and Kyrie are under scrutiny for, they do it for themselves. Kyrie does decide to miss games for a random reason. He wants to go dig a well in India or something. Like, bro, play basketball. We're giving you $50 million, bro. Come play basketball. KD, all of it he brought on himself. No one made you go to the Warriors, bro, when you just lost them and blew a 3-1 lead. No one made you get a burner account and say Steph Curry sucks. Like, no one made you do any of that random stuff. You did that. But they're still amazing hoopers. And I don't know what he said on it. I forget what he said on his burner account. He was saying he was going on there defending himself against fans, against himself. Like, no, maybe Kevin Durant's just going through something. Like, bro, shut up. What are you doing? Yeah. You got to burn it. You got $100 million, way more than that. You got hundreds of millions of dollars, bro. Like, no way I'm getting on a burner account. And the thing is, he took accountability for that. And now he says wild stuff on his account. So it's just even better because we get to see him actually say it now. So they actually ended up working out. But, yeah, like you said, Kyrie, he's the leader of this team. And he carried them through that stretch without Luka. Not just play-wise, but like you said, his leadership. His leadership carried him through. Jason Kidd finally did the smart thing and put Derek Lively in that starting lineup. Not sure what took so long. I understand he liked the yin and yang type of thing with starting Daniel Gafford, but clearly Derek Lively is a better player here. And the player I give the most credit to as far as the improvement over this last little stretch is them putting Spencer Dinwiddie back in there. Spencer Dinwiddie has, he found his role. This is a dude that, which happens to most of the people that come on the Lakers because the Lakers couldn't coach or don't know how to run an organization. He was almost out the league because he was on the Lakers and they're trying to make him, hey, just stand in the corner and shoot a three. Like, that's not his game. Dinwiddie has added defense to this team. He's added playmaking to this team. And he's added scoring to this team. And I think that's a huge, huge bucket because Jaden Hardy can hoop, but he's not ready for that spot to be that leader off the bench. And Gafford is for sure ready for that spot. He can step into the starting lineup if you need him to start when somebody's out. He can lead the second unit. And he's a vet. So, this Mavericks team, they're good, and they made the improvements. This is just showing for what I was saying about the offseason with Klay Thompson and all the people that were super happy. Not saying you because you were just kind of mild on the Klay Thompson situation. You were happy to get him, but it wasn't like some people like, man, this is an automatic championship because we're getting Klay Thompson. Come on. It's a reason Golden State let him go. Like, it's a reason they let him go. He's past that prime. He's out here building a house, chunking these bricks up for really about 2 weeks now in a row of just nonstop bricking. Everybody been on LeBron, and we'll talk about him in a second. But Klay Thompson, you got one job, bro, and you literally just bricking. But the thing is, they don't need him to score 20. They don't need him to do that. This team is built well enough for him to not have to score 20. Now, in the playoffs, I think it'll be a different situation. Already came out and said, I don't think the Mavericks are going back to the finals, but that's not a crazy thing to say. That's like picking one team against the field. I don't think that's like a wild take to say that somebody's – because you can say about any team in the West. Ain't no clear-cut favorite in the West. I just talked about everybody being 5 games apart from first place. So ain't no clear-cut winner in the West right now. But this team definitely looks good, especially over these last couple of weeks, and with or without Klay Thompson.
Notable wins, too. Like, not no easy 10-game stretch. Like, we beat pretty much all the top teams, except Cleveland and Boston. But everybody else, and the Suns, of course. But OKC, Nuggets, Knicks, Memphis, those are good wins.
Yeah, those are all good wins. Because Memphis is looking better, too. They just need Ja to stay healthy, man. Memphis can really be good, but Ja's got to find a way to stay healthy. I don't know what he's got to do. I don't know if it's the time that he missed or whatever happened, but something in that time period, he hasn't been able to stay healthy like that, or really this entire team. Because even when he's playing, Desmond Bane will be hurt. I don't know how Little Arms keeps getting hurt. It can't be any arm injury. His arms are so small. I don't think I've ever seen a 6'4" human with arms that small. He's got the arms. His arms and my arms the same length. He a foot.
He went to Turkey, bro. They had to sneak him to Turkey in high school or something because ain't no way.
I don't know how that happened, but the Grizzlies, they're looking good, and a lot of those dudes that got to play in this horrible last couple of years while Ja was suspended or hurt or whatever, a lot of them dudes turned out to be decent players. Like Aldama is a good player. Scottie Pippen Jr. is a really good player. He got a lot of chance to play last year when everybody was out, and he's actually a really good player on both sides of the ball. And I think the Grizzlies are going to be a good team going forward, too. This West is stacked. I want to talk a little bit about the Lakers. LeBron is in a terrible shooting slump right now. I think now he's missed like 23s in a row or something, something wild like that. And one night he went 0 for 9 for 3. He's missing a bunch of shots. The Lakers are playing terrible. It's around Christmas, so this is usually the time where we start saying the Lakers suck and fire the coach and trade everybody. This is just it's routine at this point for the last 4 years pretty much that we started doing this with the Lakers. But, we're starting to see people – everyone can't wait on a chance to harp on LeBron. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, and they always waiting for him to, this is it. This is going to be the fall off. He's the Max Kellerman thing where he's about to fall off a cliff, and he's finally going to be bad at basketball. Like, come on. I think he's just shooting the ball bad right now, and he'll break out of the slump. What I'm more worried about is the Lakers playing bad, and I gave J.J. Redick praise at the beginning of the season when they're winning, so he's got to get criticism when they're losing. You can't run the Duke sets and stuff when LeBron and AD is in the fourth quarter, bro. Like, some of those work, but all that motion, we're going to run around. LeBron is 40. He's not going to do all that motion. Sometimes just throw the ball to Anthony Davis and just let him get a bucket. And the fact of Anthony Davis playing terrible in the fourth quarter, I think the last fourth quarters he's played in, he scored 6 points. I mean, that's wild. Like, you can't have that happen. And a lot of that is on Anthony Davis himself, but some of that's got to go to coaching as well. You got to find a way to get this dude involved in the game, especially the other night against the Jazz. I think he had 31 through 3 quarters, and he finished the game at like 35. Like, bro, if you got 31 going into the fourth, bro, you need to have 40-something at the end of the game. They ended up winning, but it was a narrow victory in that win. But what's your thoughts about, one, LeBron shooting slump, people saying that this is him falling off a cliff, and then just the Lakers play?
Man, shut up, man. I had to look at like some comparisons of like Jordan. Somebody was dropping like look at Jordan in his last year. Man, shut up.
Exactly.
Shut up. LeBron's last year compared to Jordan was 4 years ago. All right.
Not for real.
Yeah, he's 45. Okay. So a shooting slump, man, like it's gonna happen, man. Like LeBron, I'm actually surprised that he turned into such a good shooter this late in his career.
Yeah,
I thought
honestly.
So like I kind of been, LeBron's just one of them players that I just don't like. He makes it, but I still don't be expecting him to like make it when he shoot the ball, when he shoot the 3-pointer. Like, but it goes in, especially in these later years. I don't know. I can't even really explain it. I know it sounds crazy because it's LeBron, but it's just something about it when he shoots it. Like, I just don't really expect it to drop unless it's like a clutch situation. But the thing is, man, AD, man. Like, I know he had 35 against the Jazz the other night, but man, that game against the Heat, man, I was watching.
Somebody should get fired after a game like that. Like, that was so bad that even 20 games in the season, somebody should get fired, bro. That was
40
horrible.
Points. Like, hey, I'm not even going to disrespect Miami like that, but that's one of the worst rosters. Like,
they're terrible.
One of the worst rosters to watch play basketball.
I'm turning the TV off.
Do nothing. Tyler Hero is their best offensive player, man. And like, I mean, if you want to Jimmy doesn't
Tyler
play
Hero.
basketball, though. That's another player like Jimmy Butler. I never expect any of his shots to go in. None of them.
Never.
Unless it's a clutch situation.
And Bam won't shoot.
Bam is like 2 for like 30 on layups. I'm not even over exaggerating. I might be exaggerating, but I'm not over exaggerating. All right, I'm telling you, it's bad. That roster is terrible offensively. That's the worst roster to watch play basketball.
I hate it.
That's a good team. So the fact that y'all lost to them by 40, I know Brian had 29 that game, but let's be honest, bro. He was stat padding at the end of the game. He should have been out the game.
His plus minus was minus 21. Like, we don't care about you having 29, bro.
Exactly, man. So but 80, 3 of 15. Boy, how? Bam is 6'8". Right?
If that.
I know he a great, but he's 6'8". Who are you? Who is AD should be averaging 30, man. Like, especially in this NBA, you should be averaging 30. If Embiid can do it, AD can do it. And that's just my personal opinion. I do not think Embiid is so much better than Anthony Davis. I know people are gonna kill me.
I don't think anybody is so much better than Anthony Davis. That's the problem.
Yeah, but he just, I don't know, man. It's the consistency. Like, if you can just go get me 30 every time. It's not hard. Like, I get you're good at the fadeaways and everything, man. But sometimes, bro, I need to see them hooks. I need to see them hook shots, uh, 4, 5 feet away from the basket. Like you're stronger. You're not this skinny kid. You never were. You always had them shoulders, man. So like, man, dude, stop playing. Like be who we needed to be when they brought you over here. I know I'm saying we, but it's just because I'm a Brown fan.
Yeah.
But um, yeah, be who they needed you to be when they got you over here. You were supposed to make Bron the second option, and you have yet to do that. I mean, it was looking like that was going to be the year this year, like maybe the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But you still just not consistently the number one guy. And that, like, honestly, is just very, very frustrating because you don't go against nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not anybody I'm looking at that matchup like, oh, yeah, they're going to stop. He's going to have trouble. No.
Shouldn't be anybody. Shouldn't have trouble against anybody in the entire league.
Trouble.
Yeah. I just don't get it, man. I don't understand the inconsistency. And I said at the beginning of the year, they're still going to have to do it. You got to trade D'Angelo Russell off this team. I have no idea how they haven't been able to trade D'Angelo Russell. It seems like for 10 years. I know he ain't been on the Lakers that long, but they've been trying to trade him since they got him. And for some reason, they cannot trade him. I got a trade for y'all. I don't even know if they'll take this, but maybe if he signs an extension or something, they'll do it. D'Angelo Russell, Cam Reddish, and a pick. And you got to throw a pick in there too for I can't even think of dude's name for Davion Mitchell that's in Toronto, and whatever bum they want to throw in the trade that's got some money on the contract to make the money match. They got to make it happen.
That's P for P. That's the P for P best defender in the league.
He is an amazing defender, but that's what the Lakers need. Until y'all stop trying to make LeBron and Rui Hachimura be the best defenders, y'all are going to continue to lose. It makes no sense. It seems simple. You have to have defenders. There's not a defender on the roster outside of Anthony Davis. It's one thing to be like, oh, there's not one on the roster. They keep talking about, oh, wait till we get Vandal back. Vandal been hurt for 10 years. He's not coming back at this point. He retired. He's just on the bench, just retired, and putting on a whole bunch of clothes because he can dress. But that's all we've seen him for. So stop with the Vando stuff. There's not a defender on the roster. I don't know if you need to go find somebody in the G League. What's all these random dudes on the team that don't play? They got in against the Heat last night, and it looked like rugby numbers out there. I seen a number 50 get out there. Who are these people? A number 94 got into the game. I mean, there's some really nasty numbers out there. Go into the G League and find somebody that can play defense, bro. I feel like it can't be that hard. JJ Redick, X and O man. You're always interviewing people and watching random Swahili and basketball games and stuff. Yeah. Find a defender. It can't be that hard, bro. Find somebody that can play some defense. If not, go get that boy out of Toronto because that's the best defender in the league. Two of the best defenders in the league that don't get credit because nobody watches them like that is Davion Mitchell and Jonathan Isaac on the Orlando Magic. Them two dudes is liking up whoever you stick in front of them. You got to find a way to get somebody like that on the squad that you can get for cheap. I don't know how they'll give him up or if they'll want to give him up. Toronto should because they're terrible. But you got to find a way to get a defender on this team, man. I don't get it.
And Jonathan Isaac, and let me just say about Davion Mitchell real quick. So anybody want to come out and be like, oh, who is he or whatever, let me just say this, man.
Casual.
Toronto is putting him on whoever the best, like if they're not a big, if it's a wing, a guard, it don't matter.
6'7" and under.
Guarding their best player. 6'7" and under, Davion Mitchell is guarding him. Davion Mitchell 6'1".
In shoes.
Maybe. And they're hey, this is your assignment. I watched this dude, I can't remember who it was, but he was guarding somebody that was 6'7", like repeatedly, and giving him fits. Jalen Brown, like fits. You know, like they need that. And that's what Bron needs to like. They need that on the Lakers to like look at like, oh yeah, this is a pit bull over here. Because sometimes they be lollygagging, man.
They do.
Bron be old. AD be thinking about if he shaved his brow or whatever, man. Like, so I don't know what.
They follow his oldness. That's what I hate. When LeBron start doing this old man stuff and like, man, I ain't gonna get down the court. Everybody on the Lakers like, I ain't getting down the court either. It's like, bro, y'all are young. He's 40. He ain't got to get down the court. Y'all get down the court. I need Dalton Connect to start fouling. I need Dalton Connect to start fouling out. Last night in that game, he had 0 fouls. That means you're not even giving me defensive effort, bro. You need to start fouling out or something. You already can't play defense. At least give me some fouls. How you go the whole game without fouling somebody? You ain't hit nobody.
You got the tools. You're an athletic white man. Come on, dude.
Kyle Korver was going to attempt to play some defense. J.J. Redick was going to attempt to play some defense. Now they might get killed out there, but they're going to attempt. Yep. You got to at least attempt. Come on, man. I don't.
J.J. Redick was going to foul out, man.
Yeah, J.J. Redick was going to foul out. He's going to do that Duke stuff. He's going to start headbutting you in the chest. He's going to start doing a bunch of weird stuff, man. So he got to instill that into his players. So, JJ, you got to get some of the blame because we gave you credit at the beginning of the year. You got to do something to fix this. Before we get off the NBA, what are some guys that you think need to get traded? I just talked about Davion Mitchell. But who is somebody just on just throughout the NBA you think, man, this dude needs to be in another situation. He could help somebody. Or is there a team that needs to go and make a trade and go and get somebody?
I would say just looking at our division, I know y'all are doing very, very well.
Yeah.
And Ime Udoka has y'all
coach of the year right
movement. Now. Yeah. But something about it, man, I feel like y'all should move on from Jabari Smith. I know that.
I've been saying that for 2 years. Let's get this dude out of here.
Get him while his stock is still high. His stock is still has a lot of potential. Go get you a vet right now, man. Because y'all got something. I don't know if y'all gonna be there where y'all at the end of the year, but y'all have.
We'll be top 5.
Yeah. Because y'all, I was skeptical on y'all until y'all beat OKC the other night. I know Fred VanVleet had 40, but still, that's OKC.
Yeah,
y'all won. So yeah, I'm higher on y'all now, and I feel like y'all should go get a vet because now the Nuggets are still the Nuggets, but I don't think they who they used to be. They're not the top.
They can't run. They're getting old.
Yeah, exactly. So that spot has to get filled. Right now it's OKC, Mavs, and Suns, and then who? It's not Memphis. I don't think Memphis is a top 4 team necessarily. They got potential to be, but I think y'all got just as good a shot as them, if not better.
Yeah.
Honestly. So yeah, I think y'all need a vet, take Jabari Smith, and then go get I know I would say Siakam, man, he just got traded last year. I don't got a bet for you yet, but I feel like y'all should make a move, man, because y'all could be right there. Y'all can go on the Mavericks 2022 run, end up in the West. Yeah, 21 or 22. Mm-hmm. Whichever year we played Golden State in the finals when we wasn't supposed to go.
Yeah, it was 22.
Yeah. So I want to see y'all go get a vet, man. Maybe go get Bron.
Yeah, just him and Ime hate each other. They ain't gonna do that. They'll be boxing after the first day. But nah, we do need a trade, man. And like you said, we're one of them young teams that's just a trade away. And we got so much talent. So even if they don't trade anybody, I wouldn't be mad. Now I know everybody is super high on Jalen Green. I wouldn't be mad if they traded him. And that'll make a lot of Rockets fans mad. That'll make a lot of people around the league mad because he's got so much potential. Hey, once you get good, I'm cool on the potential. Let's be good right now. You don't know how long your window's going to be open in the league. Jalen Green is really good. One of the most athletic players. He can get you 40, but he also can get you 7. And too many nights, he's getting that 7, especially when we need it. Man. Even in that win against OKC, he had 9 points.
Yeah. 9 points. I'm like, man, how did they win?
Because he's never doing that. He only averages 19. If you just watch his highlights, you think he's averaging 33. But he's only averaging 19 for a reason, because he'll have a 30-point game, but then he'll go right out there like against we went to overtime with the Sixers. He had 41. We played the next night and played against the Thunder 2 nights after that, and he had 9. So that's the stuff I'm talking about. It's the inconsistency. We need good play. Then after he had 9 on the Kings, we lost to the Kings. He had 28, and he was 9 for 14. It's like, man, this dude is good. I don't know what he's going to do against the Warriors tonight. Since he had a good game last game, I'm expecting 7 points. That's just how he plays in the NBA. I don't know why. But, yeah, I think we're just a trade away from – we're going to be good regardless, even if we don't trade anybody, because we're not even playing Cam Whitmore, and we barely playing the rookie Reed Shepherd. So we got people, and we got a deep enough team, but I wouldn't be mad at Jabari Smith getting traded out of there either. So, Rockets in good shape. Got the Warriors tonight. I'm going to be watching that game. Comes on at 9 o'clock. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about this college football. The conference championship week is this weekend. We'll talk a little bit about them. We'll talk some NFL in hour number 2. Talk about the game tonight as well in hour number 2. Really good game slated for tonight with the Packers and the Lions. So stay tuned and stay locked in. Got a lot to talk about here on the show. We'll be right back after this break.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Are you hungry for the best fried chicken in town? Check out Crispy Chicken #1, 11th and Clay, and their Monday and Tuesday special, the Snack Pack, which includes 2 pieces of chicken, fries, roll, and drink, all for only $6. Also, each Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, you can feed the family for $10 and receive 6 pieces of chicken, fries, and rolls. Crispy Chicken #1 features additional daily specials and also includes mouth-watering short ribs, fried catfish, and chicken fried steak. Locally owned and operated and a Waco tradition since 1975. That's Crispy Chicken #1 at 11th and Clay.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blasian Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blasian Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
This is live from the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports Studios.
That's right, sports fans.
About to show these boys how we do it. You ready?
Tune in to Primetime Sports Talk with Jalen Gillis, your go-to source for breaking sports news in Central Texas and exclusive Dallas Cowboys coverage on the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Prime Time here on this Thursday afternoon / Thursday evening. Thank you to everybody for watching with us today and all week long as we're here wrapping up the week. Just got done talking about some NBA action in the first part of the hour. Getting ready to talk some college football too. And Kyrie, I forgot to get my team out that I was supposed to say for that needs to go out there and make a trade. But I got a couple teams while we were talking some NBA teams that need to go out there and make a trade. One of them on the lower scale, I think, is the San Antonio Spurs. I think they need to go and get a real shooter because, knock on wood, I don't hope for Wemby to get hurt or anything like that. But you never see these super tall guys like that play a lot. So while he's playing, they need to take advantage of this and, get some guys out there. And then you got Chris Paul, you got a leader. And they're right sitting around the playoff hunt. They can make a move and actually be competitive. They got Devin Vassell back. He's been playing good. They're bringing him and Keldon Johnson off the bench, and that's been working out good for them because at first I said they need a scorer off the bench, but if they're going to bring those two guys off the bench, they got points off the bench. They need a real shooter in their starting lineup, though. They play a lot of lineups with the Champagne dude out there and Harrison Barnes, and both of them are garbage, honestly. You need to get somebody that can actually shoot. Somebody that can shoot because the Champagne dude, some nights he's decent from three, but, the other night against the Suns, I watched that game. He was 1 for 8. Harrison Barnes was He was 1 for 8 from 3. Harrison Barnes was 1 for 8 just from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. He's just terrible. Certain guys, I'm like, how are you still in the league, bro? But, maybe Harrison Barnes is a nice guy, so that's probably why he's still in the league. But they got to get a real shooter out there. So I think the Spurs need to do that, trade for a shooter while you still got Chris Paul, especially since they're starting the young dude, Stephen Castle, who's a really good defender and can hoop, but he cannot shoot. He cannot shoot to save his life. Yeah.
Has there been any good hoopers that back of their head is flat?
No. Let me think. Nope.
No, I don't think so either. So, yeah, Barnes. Because I can't play basketball. Back of my head is flat.
It's just it's an automatic rule.
Harrison Barnes, hey man, it's 90 degrees, man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
From the top of his head down his neck, man. 90 degrees.
I'm like, okay, at first I thought that was gonna be a decent pickup, like some veteran guys, but nah, go ahead and trade dude, man, or let him come off the bench or something like that, because their bench unit is nice. They got Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and Jeremy Sohan all coming off the bench. So the bench unit is nice. All you need is some for real shooters in that starting lineup, and they just do not have it with the Champagne dude and Harrison Barnes is terrible. So they got to make a trade.
Room, man. Ain't no room. They won't take Wemby off the 3-point line. Ain't no room for another shooter.
God, bro, like just get in the paint, man. We know you can dribble. We get it. You can dribble. You can go between the legs. You're 7'3". Ooh, you can Euro step. Ooh, bro, get in the paint. You're 8 feet tall. Bro, just shoot a hook shot. I ain't even telling you to go down there and be super physical. Bro, just shoot a hook shot. If he developed a hook shot, he literally could average 40. It would be the most unstoppable shot ever.
Middies, man. I'll take the middies just to see some progress, to see him moving closer to the basket. But, man, I think the other night.
He took 9 threes, bro, when they lost to San Antonio. He made 1. What are you doing?
You got to jump and slap him, man. You got to jump. So you got to jump and slap him.
Like, somebody tell this dude that that he's 8 feet tall.
What's wrong with dude? I don't even know what Pop doing, man. Or whoever.
He ain't out there. Nah, Pop ain't coaching right now. It's whatever random assistant they probably got from the Naval Academy or something out there. They got some random dude. James Naismith, great grandson, is probably the coach. I don't know who they got for the Spurs as a coach. They got to do something. Get that dude in the paint, man. Chris Paul can still hoop. He's not gonna get you no points, but as far as being a floor general, he can still do that. But when he's got to shoot because guys are just missing, it's gonna go bad. So not Chris Paul at 40. He's not that time. Wembanyama, you got to get in the paint, bro. I don't get it because at this point, I know he's got all the potential in the world and. Man, I'm picking him over anybody and all this stuff. And now that we're in year 2, not saying he's not going to get better. I'm just saying, like, it's some young guys I'd take over him right now. I think Bleacher Report just put out their top 25 players under 25, and Wemby was number 1. I ain't going to lie. I'll take Paolo over Wemby right now. Paolo is a dog.
Chet too, honestly.
The NBA is lucky that Paolo got hurt. And see, I'm not there yet on Chet, and I like Chet, and he is nice. I'm not there just yet to be like, I'll take him over Wemby just yet because they're kind of hovering around the same type of player, but Wemby's got a higher upside. Now, Paolo will give you 30 every game right now. Right now, ain't no upside, ain't no nothing. He's giving anybody in the league 30-something right now. And the Magic are looking super nice too. And that was a perfect segue saying Paolo, because that was the other team I was going to say needs to make a trade is the Orlando Magic. They're nice. Paolo done missed 15 games. And they've only lost 14 games now, and they've only lost one of those games in the 14 games that he's missed because Franz Wagner is playing out of his mind right now on both sides of the ball. I didn't even know he was that good of a defender. He's playing great on defense as well, and he's averaging dang near 30 since Paolo's been out. So the Magic are good.
That's the problem, man, with these European guys, man. Like, I'm throwing my guy in there too.
Yeah.
See, Wemby is closer to Luka than he is to Giannis, and that's the problem. Like. The only 2 guys that, really are dogs, and it's because, Giannis obviously had a rough time growing up, selling whatever he was selling on the streets and everything. No, I'm serious. Campus or something, man. I can't remember what the
they had some type of stand or whatever he said. They did some food stand or something.
Ain't no telling what Joker was doing,
illegal horse racing.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it seems like the rest, like Wemby's closer to Luca, like this Mbappe, European golden boy
Oh yeah, for sure.
attitude, man. And
They
I'm
they've
just
been
not
rich since they
rocking
was
with it, man.
14.
Yeah, I'm not rocking with it, man. And I'm like Luca's a victim of that too. He just be cheating, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. Same thing with Wemby, bro. He's gonna be cheating, but if they don't get that attitude right, so that's why Giannis is Giannis. I'm glad he turned it around.
He a dog.
He's a dog, man. Giannis is a dog. They tried to say that man had a pull up jumper the other day, right? Because of that highlight he had. somebody replied like, man, he's like 1 for 20 on mid ranges.
Yeah.
Don't start that stuff, man. He a dog, man. Let's not talk about the bag now.
No. Yeah, man. I'm agreeing with you though. I don't know what the deal is with that and why it's like that with some of those European guys, like you said, that get that golden boy attitude. But he's definitely going to fix that, or it's not going to work out good for the Spurs because you got all the potential. Potential only takes you so far though. Eventually, you're going to have to cash in on that. And with the Magic, I think they're just a piece away, man. They got a lot of hoopers, but I think it's time to give up on some of those younger guys that they acquired when they were sorry, like Cole Anthony and all those dudes. Man, trade them and go get a piece. Go get you a nice two guard, somebody that can go get you 25 outside of Paolo and Franz Wagner. If you get you another dude in there, man, that Magic will be dangerous.
And shout out Franz, man, because that's Luca's arch nemesis, low key.
Yeah, it
Low
is.
key,
It is.
that's Luca's arch nemesis. And Franz has said in the Aussie though recently that he pretty much studied Luca's tape like really, really hard this year, and now he having his career best year so far.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a coincidence, man.
Yeah,
Got
it
to
ain't.
study the enemy, man.
It ain't. Yeah, you got to keep your friends close, your enemies closer. He knows it's a beef out there with them. Cause where Luca from? He from I don't know why I went blank.
You finna start talking about the Geneva Convention. And
Hey
stuff,
man,
bro.
I'm just saying the Germans and then I almost said Swedish. Where he from? Where Luca from? I don't forgot that quick.
He's from Slovenia.
Yeah, Slovenia. Yeah, man. Slovenia probably just wish they was Germany. It's one of them type of things. Like they the little brother to Germany, and then they don't got the golden child. Came out of Slovenia, and Franz from a popular country. He from Germany. He been that dude. His older brother was been in the league and stuff. You want to shine, and Franz been hooping. When they get Paolo back, they're gonna be pretty nice. But moving on from the NBA real quick before we break for hour number 2, want to talk a little bit about this college football weekend coming up. Got a chance to talk about it yesterday on the show with Wayne Walker. We were on here chopping it up about these conference championship games. I went down to College Station last week to watch that Texas versus Texas A&M game. Me and PJ were out there. Some dude came up and told PJ he looked like the baby and proceeded to sing the entire chorus to Baby on Baby by the baby to PJ. I mean, it's a dude with no teeth, bro. It's a dude with no teeth is coming up and singing this entire. This is what we have to endure while trying to watch the Texas game, Texas versus Texas A&M game. But Texas goes out there and gets a win. Now they're playing against Georgia this weekend in the SEC championship game. Kyra, how do you see this game turning out? Georgia obviously beat Texas. That's their only loss in the entire season. Now Texas getting a chance for the rematch in the SEC championship.
Yeah, I think Texas is gonna win this game this time. Just looking the way, I know it's A&M, but A&M had a good season, man. 8-4 now, but
Yeah.
they were good. They were a good SEC team this year. But just judging Quinn versus and Howie now, I know it's Georgia, right? But the week before Georgia as well, Quinn looked like he needed to get benched. The week before he played Georgia and against Georgia, and he did get benched against Georgia,
For a
even though
couple
Sark
plays.
tried to. Oh, I was always gonna put him back in. Man, whatever, bro. You was over there panicking.
Yeah.
That's why you took him out. Tried to act like, he just needed a breather, man. Shut up, man. But watching him against A&M, man, shout out Trey Wiseman too. First of all,
Yeah, boy.
shout out Trey Wiseman, this boy trying to get to the league.
For real.
But, yeah, Quentin looked way, way different, man, way better. And if it's been speculation that maybe that oblique injury was still bothering him and stuff. And, I can probably see that a little bit. So I'm gonna take Texas, man. That last week was a great week for me, man. I know we haven't watched that game in years, man.
Yeah, over a decade.
Yeah, I really think that's the only rivalry like I've ever truly, truly cared about. Like I just, I hate
Yeah.
A&M. Hate
Same.
A&M. Ever since we went there, man, and Kyle Field smelled like urine, you
Terrible.
know,
I be trying to tell
urine,
people about, bro, that field smell horrible. And they beat the
horrible.
brakes off Baylor that time we went, but that field smelled
Oh
terrible.
yeah, it was bad. Shout out Ryan.
Yeah,
Swoops
Ryan
and
Swoops
Tannehill.
had about 300 yards.
Yeah, and Tannehill was out there too,
Yeah,
man.
Tannehill was cooking.
But yeah, man. So I was just like sat and watched that game, start to finish, man. I was just like really in nostalgia, man. Like, yeah, like this is really the only rivalry I've ever cared about. So I was happy Texas got the win. But yeah, I'm taking Texas. They're gonna have probably they could have a bad taste in their mouth from that last loss, or they could just not care because they probably feel like they got they spot sold up. Everybody. With the playoff and everything. And then I got some thoughts about that too, man. Like, hey, the BCS era was not for the kind-hearted, man. All right,
Not at all.
Because ain't no 2 losses, boy.
No.
You crazy?
Look at them trying to put Bama in with 3.
Yeah, man, with 3. Like, boy, there wouldn't be no conversation. Y'all suck.
Yeah.
3 losses, you suck. All right, you're not
Real.
good. We don't even want to talk about you.
Yeah.
3 losses. But now, times have changed, man. So I'm very interested to see how Texas comes out. I'm thinking that they'll probably be motivated because even the score. I don't know how bad the score was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they got whooped that game, man. Like that game was.
Yeah, the score made it look closer than what it was.
Exactly. Yeah. If you just take the scoreboard off, man, yeah, they got whooped.
30-15.
I'm wondering how they're gonna come out, man. But I'm gonna take Texas just because I like the way Quinn looked last week. And that was pretty much the main problem, but to me at least. But yeah, man, I'm taking Texas, but I do like the fact that I do love this new SEC, man. I have from the jump. I've loved it all year, and now I'm loving it even more championship week. We're finna get another great game, probably.
I mean, this is like the mini pros. If there was a G League for the NFL, it's the SEC. Like you're pretty much playing in the pros, and that's my issue with the college football playoffs and how they've ranked some of these teams. And I mean, especially like the Big Ten, they're sticking like 4 teams in there. Like the Big Ten is garbage. Like, and you're sticking 4 teams in there. Yeah, the top of the Big Ten is pretty good, I guess, but I think Penn State would be like 10th place in the SEC. Like they're sitting at number 3 in the country right now, but you play Rutgers and Minnesota all year, and then the only good game. They go same for everybody in the Big Ten. You only play one good game a year. Oregon only played one good game this year. It was against Ohio State. They won. Penn State played one good game this year. It was against Ohio State. They lost. But now we're putting them at number 3 in the country after they got to play Rutgers and Nebraska all year, and we're supposed to think they're one of the best teams as opposed to the SEC. You're playing dogs. Ole Miss was just in the college football playoffs. They're 9th in the SEC. Like, that's ridiculous. Ole Miss is one of the best teams in the country. They can't even get a top 5 finish in the SEC.
Yep.
So,
and it's just nasty, man. And we all see it. Michigan beats Ohio State, so like this past week. So like how tough is that Oregon win? How tough is that? How tough is their top? Well, I know Oregon's the top dog now, but how tough is their big brother in that? In Ohio State, can't be that tough. Texas beat the Texas beat the snot out of them. So it's but I'm happy about it though, because really football shouldn't even be being played up there. It's the South. Right? We still have all the best teams. We don't want to play no football in this. Man, come on, get out of here. I love the way this is going. Bring it back. Bring football back below the Mason-Dixon line, like whatever you want to call it, man.
This side of the Mississippi River is the best. The best football.
Preaching about some crazy stuff. I'm gonna say something about Ulysses on here, man. Football belong in the South.
Them jeans ain't leave, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them jeans ain't leave the South. Y'all know what type of genetics was down here in the South. They ain't leave the South.
They was taking our players anyways. All them players, Ohio State's players from Texas,
facts,
man.
Yeah. Especially in their championship run, and what was that, the 2010s, 2010s, their championship run. Their whole team outside of Zeke was from Texas. So, they've been doing that. But with the Longhorns and Georgia game this weekend, I picked Texas to win this one too. I liked how Quinn Ewers played against A&M at times. I still saw those turnovers that if they were playing anybody outside of A&M would have cost them the game, honestly, because A&M's offense looked absolutely terrible. I mean, they didn't score a point. And a lot of that is they're playing one of the best, if not the best, defense in the nation in Texas's defense, which is just crazy. They're playing out of their minds right now. I like Texas because I like their defense, but if Quinn goes out there and plays scary at times like he did in that first Georgia game, or like he even did at times in his A&M game, it's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. I've been saying I think they should have put Arch in there, but they ain't gonna do it. Quinn already walked out on senior night and all this stuff. This is his last regular season game, I guess, for Texas into the playoff start. So they're gonna let him go out there and rock out. But I like Texas. They're 2.5-point favorites in this game. I think Texas can do it, but no shock at all from me if Georgia comes out here and dominates in this game, because they won the last game because they dominated the line of scrimmage. Texas' defense played good enough for them to win that game, even though they were getting beat down the whole game. They turned the ball over 3 times. They played good enough for them to win. Their offense just couldn't do nothing because Jalen Walker and Mykel Williams and all them boys, future first-round picks, was destroying the future first-round picks on Texas' O-line. And their best lineman, Banks, got hurt in that A&M game. They're saying he's going to play in this one, but this ain't the game to come in hobbled in. So I like Texas in this game, but, man, I'm not shocked at all if Georgia goes out there and wins. So we got championship week coming up this weekend. Who do you like in that Penn State-Oregon game? I think that's at 7 o'clock. Penn State taking on Oregon. I thought it was going to be the rematch of Ohio State and Oregon in this game, but obviously we saw Ohio State lose to Michigan 13-10, which is crazy. How you only score 10 points in this rivalry game? Ryan Day needs to be fired. That's a whole nother conversation. He needs to go. I'm sick of seeing the way he just stood there and was looking when they started boxing for 20 minutes after the game, and he was just standing there looking, not even moving his body. I don't think he was blinking. He was just standing there looking off in the sun like, man, they really finna fire me. And I done won 10 games every year. He didn't even do nothing. They lost the fight and they lost the game to Michigan. So that was bad. But who you like in this Penn State-Oregon game for the Big Ten championship?
Well, just piggybacking off Ohio State real quick. They lost the game. They lost the fight. And so he deserves to be fired. But the manner in which that man dyes his hair, he deserves to be fired as well. Because there's no way somebody that dyes their hair in that manner should be representing a great university, historic university like Ohio State. So I'm going to leave it there. Oregon and Penn State, I'm a Dylan Gabriel hater. I'm almost a Fort Worth native with the first name start with a C, last name is White.
Yeah, no, for real.
I am a hater. All right, I don't like him. Okay, I don't want to play. I don't think he should be playing college football right now. Okay, I'm pretty 30. Sure. Man, I'm pretty sure that he graduated when I did. So I don't think he should be playing college football at all, and I don't think he's a good quarterback at all. But he's winning games. So really the problem is when it was Genty and Travis for Heisman, they were trying to throw Dylan Gabriel in there too. That's when my hate really, really started.
Yeah, they got to stop it.
Yeah, they got to stop that. But I never really did like him just because he was an Oklahoma quarterback for one, and then two, he's 30, and man, that man voted in 2008, bro. I'm not trying to hear that. So yeah, he need to get out. You need to get out of college football playing with them kids. I don't think he's. I'm going to go Penn State, man, just because I want to see him lose. And then I want the Duncanville product to decommit. I don't know why he's going up there. I
think he just signed, bro. So I think it's a wrap. God. The Corey and Moore, I think he just signed. Man, Oregon giving him a bag, and you get to go out there. He gonna have free Nike for life. I know why all them kids going to Oregon. Oregon got bread. They gonna give you a bag, and you gonna get every pair, anything Nike ever in the history of Nike.
Cool.
So.
Well, I guess he's gonna be the first good Oregon receiver. I hope he is.
Nah, they got Evan Stewart. Evan Stewart, a dog. They got Evan Stewart. He's nice too. But I like Oregon in this game. They're 3.5-point favorite. I like Oregon to be able to come out with the win in this one. I'm like you. I'm not a fan of Dylan Gabriel. Only person I don't like more than Dylan Gabriel is Cam Rising, because I think Cam Rising probably older than him. And since he got hurt this year, they're giving him another year of eligibility, which is just absolutely crazy. Like, this dude is going to have a mortgage and 3 kids by the time he graduates college if y'all keep letting this guy play in college football. So I like Oregon to win that one. It's championship weekend in college football. Lots of huge games coming up this weekend. So make sure you guys are getting ready to tune in for that. I know I am, especially that Texas versus Georgia game. Shout out SMU, too. I think they're going to beat Clemson. We're going to go to a break for the top of the hour. We'll be right back after this break. We'll got some more NFL to talk about and a couple quick takes to talk about.
6895. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
It's time to get in the game.
Do you know what time it is?
Tune in to Primetime Sports Talk with Jalen Gillis. To me, you are nothing. Your go-to source for breaking sports news in Central Texas and exclusive Dallas Cowboys coverage.
Start it up, let's go.
Catch us Monday through Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Prime Time, hour number 2 here on the show today as we're getting ready to close out the week. It's been a fun week up here on the show. I want to thank everybody for watching with us, not only today, but all week long. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Centex Sports TV on YouTube, or if you're listening with us on Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas on the app, you can download on your mobile device, Centex Sports 1 on your app, on your mobile device. You can download that app and listen to this from wherever you're at, right here on Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas. Just got done wrapping up in hour number 1 talking about some NBA. We got a chance to talk some basketball. Got a chance to talk about a little bit of college football. We just ended off there as well. Still on here joined by Kyrell Gibson as we talk about, just got done wrapping up talking about this college football championship weekend. Some really good games slated for this weekend right before we get into the college football playoffs, which will be coming up right around the corner after that. So we got to talk about that. I want to get a chance to talk about some NFL now. There's a lot going on in the NFL. We got the Packers and the Lions tonight. Before we get into that, got a couple quick takes before we get started and talking about some NFL news. Seen on Instagram now. I haven't done a lot of research to see how true this is, but I've seen a few people post it, and I've seen him post some stuff as well. That Tank Davis is retiring from boxing. Now, we know that in boxing, that really doesn't mean anything. Floyd Mayweather retired like 10 times and kept fighting. So I don't think it really matters like that because it's not like there's a season in boxing. Now, you can just retire or unretire whenever. So whether this is his last fight, I don't know. But Tank Davis, probably pound for pound, one of the best, if not the best, boxer right now in boxing, saying he's taking a break from boxing, whether that's permanent break, which I don't think it will be. But as of right now, he is taking a break, said he's going to spend time with his family and stuff like that. But Tank, one of the best fighters out there, man. And there's not a lot of people for him to fight in his weight division except Lomachenko, which he never wanted to fight. Even though I think at this point in time, at the age Lomachenko is at now, I would take Tank Davis in that fight. But there's really nobody left for him to fight in that weight class division. So not too shocked by that decision. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be his last fight. I just think it's kind of what boxers do. They'll take a break and say they're coming back and then say they're retired and then come back later for whatever it is. Not sure if that's his last one. Kyra, what do you think about Tank saying he's retiring from boxing or however you take that, if he's retiring or just taking a break?
Man, I'm trying to figure out what's the smoke he got to do with Shakur. Is it Shakur, right?
Yeah, but Shakur a little bit right up under him. But yeah, they can fight for sure.
But why he say that man ain't did nothing though? Like,
man, boxing is a lot of head trauma when you get punched a lot. Them dudes, they don't like it. They'll just random start beefing with somebody because him and Shakur was cool. So I don't know what the deal is with that and why they don't want to. I don't know what the deal is, why they started beefing, or, once people start getting too good, you start feeling threatened and they're around the same weight class. Maybe he's like, I got to keep him in his place, but I don't know.
Yeah, man. I guess, man, if you're gonna do it that way, then yeah, go ahead and retire. Like, if you're not gonna fight the dudes that we want to see you fight, cool. Yeah, all right, go ahead. We'll move on to the next guys. What's that guy's name? The other young cat that he mentioned was
who? Haney?
Sean.
Oh,
no, not them. I ain't.
Yeah, I was about to say he's garbage. He ain't. Nobody worried
I'm
about
talking
that.
about the young guys. Abdullah Mason, Kishan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those guys, like, if it's time to move on, it's time to move on. But I don't know what he got going on. He said he's been going to therapy and everything. So I guess he just might be looking at his, talking to. I don't know. I don't know what's going through his head. I don't. Ask Ari or something. Man. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. Like I said, them dudes take a lot of punches. First of all, he had a crazy upbringing. He talks about his story and his upbringing, so he's been through a lot. I'm sure that affects his mental and how he thinks. I think he just got out of jail like 6-7 months ago. I'm sure that affected his mental. I think he came out Muslim like a bunch of guys do when they go to jail. But I'm sure, all those things affect his mental. I seen this dude go live after a plane crashed. So his brain is fried. Like, let's just be honest, y'all. At some point, that's got to catch up with you. This dude was in a plane crash. The plane hit the ground, and he picked his phone up and went live. Like, what? What is going on? I still didn't get enough answers for that.
I forgot about all the lives he used to do, man. Yeah, he was on there, like, jigging and dancing in, like, duck draws, man. Like, rubber ducky draws on live, man. Yeah, we can't listen to him. He probably already retired. He don't even know what day it is.
That's what I'm saying, man. Anybody like I said, you take punches for a living, crazy upbringing, and you get in a plane crash and don't say call the ambulance. You go live, and it's like walking in a field. Like, bro, did you just crash on a plane? Like, people die when a plane crashes. He just got up and was like, man, where's my phone at? Let me go live, tell these folks I don't crash in this plane. Like you got in a bike accident. Like, bro, that was a plane hitting the ground. But, hey, shout out Tank Davis, man. If his career is done, you had a really good career. You didn't fight enough people. I'm not one of those people that get on Tank all the time. Oh, he ain't fought nobody. No, he's fought some guys. But if you're going to retire, yeah, you can't consider yourself in no Floyd status and stuff like that. People need to quit comparing people to Floyd anyway. That's one of the GOATs. Yeah, just stop it. Just stop it. Yeah, we've seen enough evidence at this point. There's not going to be another Floyd, and if there is, it's going to be a while. It's not going to be anybody that's currently boxing right now. So they can stop doing with the comparisons.
Hey, complete side note, I know it's back on NBA, man, but
go ahead.
I'm obviously watching the Mavericks and Wizards game, and they doing the lineups. I don't know who these people are.
Bro,
who was on the Wizards?
And I forgot to talk about them, bro. They done lost 14 games in a row. They took no, y'all know what people be saying when they say no, whatever, November. They took it to another level. These boys ain't win a game in November. They win November. They didn't win a game.
Marvin Bagley is in the starting lineup. I have no clue who anybody else is. Kyle Kuzma, as soft as he is, of course he's out today after talking all that mess about the Mavericks, how he wanted to play for a contender. That's why he ain't come. Well,
wow. So you picked the worst team in the league. What a great way to show how you want to win a championship. And I hate that
he skips the game tonight.
Come on, man.
Skips the game tonight.
You already got Jordan Poole. You get socked out and kicked off the team. Like, that should just be illegal. You get socked out by the worst dude on the team, and then you get kicked off the team. That's really crazy, bro. Then you go to the worst team in the league, and you're one of the reasons they're the worst in the league with Jordan Poole. You add Kuzma, and both of those guys are champions. You can't just bring up the champion stuff for all you Michael Jordan guys who always want to talk about, it's just rings. Those two are champions. What did that do? Like, come on, man. Like, it's bad. The Wizards are terrible. They lost 14 in a row. The streak, the most losses ever was the Detroit Pistons when they lost, 29 in a row last year. The Wizards have a really good chance of doing that this year. They're already halfway there. They got 14 losses. They are absolutely terrible. They're going to lose by 100 tonight when they play the Mavericks. And I don't know where they're going to pick up their wins. They got Dallas, Denver, Memphis, Cleveland, Boston. That's their next 5. All those are 50-point blowouts. Every game I just named. Then you get Charlotte, Milwaukee, Oklahoma City, and Charlotte. You just got to hope LaMelo don't play or something, and maybe they'll get a win against Charlotte. But if it ain't for that, man, these dudes are going to lose. They might break the record. Because at least Detroit, they were playing some close games last year. Some of them games was in triple overtime and stuff, and they still lost. Like, it was bad luck. Washington has been blown out every single game. Almost every game they played this year has been a blowout. So
didn't they have the second pick?
Yeah, they had the second pick last year.
That's Koulibaly.
You know, Alex Sarr.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst draft class, man. What's his name? Reese Ashed, man, or whatever. The first overall pick.
Trash. He ain't trash. Let me not say that. He ain't trash. Why did y'all pick him number 1? Like, y'all could have picked him like 28.
It's somebody better in the G League. I promise.
For sure. I mean, come on. It's somebody. Imani Bates better than all them. And he don't even play. He in the G League. He better than all them. he don't even play. So, yeah, I mean, with the Wizards, they're absolutely terrible. I don't even know why you're subjecting yourself to watching a game like that. You know it's a 40-point win. You're just watching off of fandom at this point because you know what's going to happen with them. That game's not even probably going to be close in the second quarter.
These are the games we lose, though. Like, these are the games we lose, I promise.
Once somebody loses 14 in a row, it's a trap game. Every team that plays them is a trap game because you can't even comprehend that someone could be that bad at basketball. They went a month without winning. They didn't win for a month. Their last one was October 30th. They haven't won since Halloween. It's going to be Christmas.
Bagley's in the triple threat. He put the ball down the dribble, right, and throws it. He throws the ball out in front of him to dribble and throws it out of bounds.
Nah, man, these dudes point shaving. Investigate these guys, man. Y'all already got Michael Porter Jr., little brother. Hey, investigate everybody on the Wizards. I think these dudes are point shaving. Like, I'm
only watching till Green Bay and Detroit come on.
Yeah, the actual good game that we'll finally get to watch. And we'll talk about them a little bit later on in the hour, folks. Green Bay versus Detroit. That game's later. A couple more quick takes. I watched Cooper Flagg last night. I've been trying to catch some of his games. Now, he ain't been playing that good, but last night he had 22 and 11, and Duke beat the number 2 team in the nation in Auburn yesterday. So he had a pretty decent game yesterday. Because after them first few games, I was about to start saying, like, hey, y'all, maybe we're hyping a little bit too much. Dude ain't all that. But you see flashes of it in the college. That's all you can really go off of. I haven't really seen anybody in college basketball it's only a few players in the last, 15, 20 years I've seen just come out and just completely dominate in college basketball and actually be good and translate to the NBA. And that's like Trae Young, Michael Beasley back in the day, that's just completely dominate. So I don't expect to see somebody just come out and just dominate every single game, but I do like to see flashes from them. And last night we saw some of that with Cooper Flagg. 22 points, 11 rebounds, had 2 blocks and 3 steals to go along with it as well. And they got an upset win over one of the top teams. So you got a chance to see any Cooper Flagg play yet this year?
No, I watched one of his games early in the season, and I was actually impressed. But I'm I mean, I'm impressed with his play, but I'm just not impressed with no college basketball players anymore. Like the aura is like completely gone. Like the days of John Wall, the John Walls, the Kyries, even Michael Beasley and Derrick Rose, man. Like these players got no swag, no nothing, man. It's just nothing. Just a bunch of nothing. I do like what's the name? What's the kid? I actually like Bailey more.
Bailey's nice.
Yeah, I actually like Bailey more. I think he'll be a
And then Baylor Harper nice. On record.
Yeah. I've seen Harper products as well. But yeah, man, I'm still high on the flag, but I think him and Bailey are like, that's going to be a jockeying for number one, versus it's just clear and cut Cooper flag now. Like it has been, like that has been talked about. But I still like him as a player, man. He's playing within the offense. He's so he's not really just like taking over, like I say, or just getting his own offense. He's playing within sets and within the offense. So I think he's doing well. But I just like Ace Bailey more. He's got a little bit more sauce, man. That's I like sauce on my nuggets, man. So.
It was just finna get crazy. So he likes Ace Bailey more as a basketball player. For any confusion out there, but I like Ace Bailey too. I think he's nice and men's college basketball just don't have that pizzazz like it used to because everybody ready to go to the league, and then somebody's gonna drop 30 or 40 something in college, and then they're gonna pick Alex Sarr in the number one pick. So it doesn't even really matter. All the number one picks are gonna be from France anyway. So. I don't even know if college basketball really even does that much on the men's side. That's why I watch more women's college basketball because they make you stay in college and we actually get to see the good players stay there and become even better. My favorite player to watch in women's college basketball, really just college basketball in general, is Juju Watkins. She's a dog. She just broke USC's records for three-pointers made. She hit 9 threes the other day in a game. Obviously, she's super nice. I think she had 30 in that game too. So she's breaking all these freshman records. I know everybody like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and all them and stuff the last couple of years. Nah, come on. I'm not gonna say watch real hoopers because both of them can hoop. But Juju is a different level. Juju can hoop for real. So it's I like watching her. And then I told you about them two guards from Notre Dame, man. I'm about to turn the TV on in a second and watch some of this Notre Dame taking on Texas Longhorns right now in women's college basketball. Longhorns undefeated. They're number 4 in the nation. Notre Dame's got a couple of losses, but man, they got them two guards, man, and Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo. Both of them are dogs, man. They can hoop. Like it's the first quarter. Hidalgo already got 7 points, so I'm already missing it right now, man. They get to it. Like I like women's basketball because they make you stay in college, so we get to see the good players actually get better in college and develop. We don't get that in the NBA. These dudes are. NIL money is making it worse because they're already rich before they even get to the NBA. It's taking away from the hunger of wanting to get to the NBA. I think we're going to miss out on a lot more people. I think I seen Wallow say that to somebody. There's a lot of guys that ain't going to make it to the league anymore that would have made it before because they're already rich. We already seen Mikey Williams. You from the suburbs and been a top player in NIL money since you was 15. And you shooting at people. You chasing down cars to shoot people. Like, bro, what are you doing?
NBA young boy.
Yeah, man, come on, you the real NBA young boy. Like, and now he's doing all this talking about. I was calling out all these guys in high school. They didn't want to play me. Now you on UCF getting 5 points. Like, just stop it, man. Your career might already be over, and that's sad. Because I thought people have been talking about you going to the NBA since like 2019. It's 2024. You still in college.
Let's remember, man. Let's remember where all that came from. Like, that was just because. He was nice, of course, as a kid. But if he wasn't on Bronny's team, he probably would have been another player,
Yeah. Honestly. And he was talking about, I was hunting down Bronny. I wanted to play against Bronny when I went to a different high school. And I wanted to smoke with him. And I wanted to smoke with Jared McCain. He painted his nails and all this. Like, hey, bro, McCain is in the league. Bronny, even though you're way better than Bronny, he's in the league. You in college still because you want to chase people down. And McCain will probably give you buckets right now. He getting buckets in the league. I didn't even think that was going to work. I didn't think the fingernail painting and all that stuff could work, and he getting buckets. I think they need to go ahead and move on from Embiid and Paul George and just build around Maxey and McCain, honestly, because Paul George and Embiid don't play anyway. Might as well trade him, get somebody for him, and just build around them two dudes. But, the Mikey Williams thing he's just a product of what I think is going to happen a lot with these young kids and this NIL stuff, man. It's a lot of dudes that ain't going to make it to the league because that hunger is gone. You a millionaire at 16 already now. You got 1 million followers on Instagram. You already feel like you're famous and in the league, so you ain't going to actually work hard to want to get to the league. You should want to get to the league and get that 200, 300 million they passing out like cheese and crackers now in the NBA. That's what you should go and do. But, you know, giving a lot of young people a bunch of money early is not just the smartest thing in the world, but I get it. It's where we're at right now in this day and age. But like I said, Cooper Flag looked good the other night against them. Juju Watkins still out here going crazy. So they're doing their thing right now on the college scene. Few NBA games have already started here tonight. Good slate of NBA games coming on tonight. Houston Rockets playing against the Warriors tonight. If you want to punish yourself and watch the Wizards, you can do like Kyrell and watch this Dallas versus Washington game that just came on. Cleveland and Denver already in a good game right now in the first quarter. So plenty of good basketball to watch coming on tonight. Also, some really good football coming on tonight with the Packers and the Lions. And that's what we'll talk about next. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about this Packers and Lions game, and we'll talk about the rest of the games on the NFL slate coming up this Sunday. We'll give you a little insight on what team you should pick. For all our bettors out there, we'll do a couple overs and unders so you can see who you want to get your parlays right this weekend. So we'll do all that when we come back. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back on Centex Primetime.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Are you hungry for the best fried chicken in town? Check out Crispy Chicken #1, 11th and Clay, and their Monday and Tuesday special, the Snack Pack, which includes 2 pieces of chicken, fries, roll, and drink, all for only $6. Also, each Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, you can feed the family for $10 and receive 6 pieces of chicken, fries, and rolls. Crispy Chicken #1 features additional daily specials and also includes mouth-watering short ribs, fried catfish, and chicken fried steak. Locally owned and operated and a Waco tradition since 1975. That's Crispy Chicken #1 at 11th and Clay.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
It's the family feels for me. The banana pudding, peach cobbler make you want to holler. For me, it's the candy yams, mac and cheese, beef tips, pork tips and rice, collard greens. It's a sweet potato pie, sweetie. Fried chicken you've been missing, the lemon sweet tea dressing on Sundays when you all dressed up. Chest pie, buttermilk, and pound cake. Cornbread with butter just dripping, always fresh baked. If you need Southern style, soul food, home cooked meals that you can feel. Chicken and dumplings, chicken pot pie. 719 South 11th Street. Sassy's, come on by.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. This is live from the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports Studios.
That's right, sports fans.
About to show these boys how we do it. You ready?
Tune in to Primetime Sports Talk with Jalen Gillis, your go-to source for breaking sports news in Central Texas and exclusive Dallas Cowboys coverage on the Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Primetime here in the home stretch of the show. Final 30 minutes of the show here on Centex Primetime. Want to thank everybody for tuning in with us today and all week long. Been a great week up here on the show. We got some MCC basketball coming up this weekend. That game is at 2 o'clock. Number 10 MCC, ranked number 10 in the nation, undefeated on the season so far. They'll be in action this Saturday at 2 o'clock, taking on Panola College. You catch all the action right here on Centex Sports Network. I'll be calling that game. It's definitely going to be a good game out there, and Coach Candace Thomas doing a great job with that program out there at MCC. The men's team will be back in action after Christmas, after the Christmas break. Coach Kevin Gill doing an amazing job out there at MCC as well. Just picked up his 700th win in his career earlier in this season, so he's back off to another great start out there at MCC as well. Well, folks, we got a chance to talk about college football, talk some NBA, talked a little bit of college basketball too, as like I said, I'm tuning in every now and then over here to the Notre Dame versus Texas game in college and women's college basketball. We just got done talking about how I probably watch a little bit more at this point. I probably watch more women's college basketball than men's, just because it's honestly just a better product right now. What we're seeing, and I'm watching the Hidalgo girl on Notre Dame hibachi fry these Texas guards right now. She's becoming one of my favorite players to watch out there as well. Olivia Miles on that team too. But going to and transitioning to the NFL here tonight, we've got Detroit versus the Green Bay Packers, and that's the game I want to start with. Detroit's coming into this game, best record, really tied for best record in the league. I do my NFL top 5 every week. Yesterday on the show, Wayne Walker, we did it, and I had Detroit as my number 1 team. I've had them as my number 1 team for the last couple of weeks. Matter of fact, I moved Kansas City down to my number 3 team because I think Philadelphia is better than Kansas City right now too. But looking at this Detroit team, taking on the Green Bay Packers team, who's honestly just in the toughest division in football, or as we will be talking about this team more. They'd be a division leader in almost every division in the league besides this one, because they got Minnesota in front of them who's playing great football at 10-2, and then Detroit, who's tied for best record in the league at 11-1. So this game tonight, I think, is going to be a really good one. Green Bay, kind of underrated, like I just said, for some of those reasons. Jordan Love, he's had his moments this year where he's played bad. He's also had his moments this year where he's played good. I like Detroit in this game. They're a 3-point favorite in this game. I like them. They're at home right now. I think Jair Alexander is going to be out in this game. He kind of provides that fuel to the fire with them. But this is going to be a really good team. This is a good Green Bay defense, and this is honestly a mid Detroit defense. So they can be had by this Green Bay team. Green Bay coming off of a good win last Thanksgiving against the Dolphins, where they pretty much blew them out. Their game wasn't close the entire game. So Green Bay's coming in with momentum. They're on a 3-game winning streak right now, taking on Detroit. So this is slated to be a good one. I'll give the slight edge to Detroit right now. Kyra, who do you like in this game, and what do you think, or who do you think is going to win this game tonight?
Oh, sorry, man, was muted.
No, you good.
No, I'm rolling with Green Bay. Detroit looks like world beaters at the time. I also have them as the. Actually, I don't really, but it's a toss-up between them and Philly right now for me. Just because I'm in awe of Saquon and all the weapons they got. But same thing with Detroit. But I'm taking Green Bay, man. 3-game winning streak. I'm kind of starting to feel like that the Lions are, even though it's a division game, they may be kind of coasting a little bit because I don't feel like they've been tested in weeks. So this is a team that I come out and expect, Green Bay to have something to prove. And, they're punching up, so, and really, I just expect them to really come with some extra oomph. You're 2 games behind the number 1 seed in the NFC. They've been big bro all year. I'm pretty sure they already beat them, if I remember correctly.
24-14.
So I really liked how they looked against Miami. Like, I know Miami's been kind of not even a roller coaster. They've just been Miami all year. But, they've had good moments against bad teams, but Miami's been Miami. But Jordan Love looked pretty good against Miami, though. He was getting the ball to Tunyon, I think is the tight end's name, getting the ball out of there quickly. And I just really like the way he was delivering the ball, the routes from the outside guys, and then you got a semi bruiser in Jacobs back there, man. So I think this is a chance for kind of Green Bay to solidify themselves as a contender in the league. You got 2 teams in the NFC already that are for sure contenders. Can we add a third with Green Bay if they get a win tonight? And I think they sense that opportunity. And I expect them to take advantage of it, or at least step up to the call. So I'm picking them to win. I won't be surprised if they lose a close one. I will be humbled, really, if they get blown out. So, but I'm taking Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay by at least by a close margin.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. I was close to picking Green Bay in this one. I think just Detroit being at home, I'll give them a slight edge, but no shock whatsoever if Green Bay wins this game. I mean, this is probably the best game of the whole week, including the Sunday games as well. So Jordan Love, like you said, playing good. Played good last week against the Dolphins, and we've seen him make plays. This dude, whenever he's on, can be one of the top quarterbacks in the league with how we've seen him play. I think Matt LaFleur does a great job calling plays. He knows how to utilize his people. Like you said, Josh Jacobs, one of the top running backs in the league this year, just under 1,000 yards so far this year. So he's been playing some really good ball. So I like the Packers. I'll give Detroit the slight edge in this one, but wouldn't be mad if you took Green Bay +3 on this one. It's a close margin. I like the over. The over is 52 points. I like the over. I think both of these teams are going to score. I mean, Detroit's not going to stop anybody, really. So if it's going to be a close game, it's going to be with Green Bay putting up points. We know Detroit can put up 30 on anybody, and almost anybody can put up 30 on Detroit. So that should make for a good game on this Thursday night game. So that game's coming on at 7:15, just about 45 minutes away from kickoff, and that one slated to be a really good one. Let's take a look at some of these other NFL games from around the slate, this Sunday slate that's coming up this week. Not a lot of really good games, but there's some sneaky, important games in this NFL game, or in this NFL Week 14. One of those being the Sunday night game. I think that's probably the best game on Sunday is the Sunday night game, and that's the Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Just talked about this Chiefs team, how I took them away from being number one. I've had them number one in my power rankings all year long. I took them away from that, man, because after that Raiders game, I've just seen enough. Yeah, they're winning games. Yeah, they're all close wins, and they're winning. They're back-to-back champ. Eventually, the bad habits are going to catch up with you. And I think that, honestly, I think they might catch up this weekend. I like the Chargers in this game. Chargers almost got them at the beginning of the season when Justin Herbert was injured. Now with the Chargers playing some really good football, they're 8-4 coming into this one. Kansas City almost losing to the Raiders. Raiders are the worst team in the league, bro. Y'all had to win that game at the last second. And then you barely beat the Panthers the week before that. You just played the 2 worst teams in the league outside of the Giants, because I think they're worse than anybody. You played 2 of the 3 worst teams in the league, and you won by 5 points total combined in those 2 games. You beat the Panthers 30-27. You beat the Raiders 19-17. And the main thing is their defense has regressed. We talked about this yesterday on the show when I had Wayne on here. The defense has regressed. Trey McDuffie, the all-pro and all that stuff, y'all picked the wrong dude. It's L'Jarius Sneed. Y'all picked the wrong guy. You picked him. You picked McDuffie over Sneed. Obviously, Sneed was finna get paid, and McDuffie just made all-pro, so I understand it. McDuffie was getting toasted by everybody on the Panthers. Then you backdoor and get toasted by – the Raiders don't have any good receivers. Let's just be honest. He was getting toasted by everybody out there. I've seen enough. Yeah, they're winning games, but the bad habits will catch up to this team. Their offensive line play is horrible. Both of their tackles are absolute garbage. So the Chiefs, man, the rain is coming to an end. I said at the beginning of the year, this team is not going to three-peat. Now, it's looked bad on me all year because they're 11-1. But this team is not going to three-peat. I've been trying to tell y'all, man, and I think they're going to pick up another loss this Sunday night, taking on the Chargers. Kyra, what you think about this game coming up on Sunday Night Football, Chargers and the Chiefs?
Man, I'm rooting for the Chargers, honestly, and I did pick the Chiefs to three-peat, but they are just so similar to me so far. I mean, I know it's later in the season because the Eagles fell apart earlier, but they're just so similar to that Eagles team that started off like 7 or 8-0 or 7-1 or something like that, and everybody was saying
9-1
that they're playing bad, but 9-1, but it looks terrible. Like, it looks terrible, and I cannot disregard that. So I feel like that's like you're spot on with that. They are not going to three-peat. If they do, I will be humble because they look like a terrible football team. And I don't know then we got to look at Patrick Mahomes and if he really speaking in Latin backwards on the sideline. Because it looks bad, man. The Raiders are terrible. Their only light of hope is Brock Bowers. Outside of that, they had nothing. Max Crosby, I guess, but he one tattoo away from being forgotten. So I don't know.
He one backward away from being out the league, man.
Yeah. I was trying to. That's what I wanted to say, but I don't know if I could have brought that up. Yeah, man. So the Chiefs look terrible. I have them the same as I have Philly, and I might put Green Bay ahead of them too. That's how bad they look, even though they're winning games. So I'm rooting for the Chargers just so I just want balance in the world. I'm tired of these dudes losing the game and somehow winning. So
your ref theory is getting proven right more and more. Did you see that? I mean, that Raiders one that was just terrible. It was about 10 flags in the last 4 minutes of the game.
They are not playing. Hey, you remember when we went to New York, man, to go visit the headquarters?
Yeah.
NFL headquarters? I want to go. We need to go back.
Yeah,
I know we're going to see something.
Because it's Mahomes jersey up in every office in there, I bet.
we got to get somebody's key card, man, find out what's going on, man. Get to one of them back rooms, see what's going on. Everything was glass up there, so I know it can't be too hard to,
They ain't let us into the cheap room. I know they got one in there. Too nice of a building. And right in downtown Manhattan. I mean, come on, man. It's a cheap room in there somewhere. That Buffalo Wild Wings commercial wasn't just a commercial. They got some buttons in there. And they've been pushing them, especially since they blocked that field goal for a kick. I was like, yeah, they pushing them buttons, man. They pushing that Buffalo Wild Wing button. But
Sprinkler was up. Sprinkler game.
Yeah, something happened, bro. Like, what do you mean you blocked? Y'all lost the whole game. They were losing the whole game. And they block a field goal to win. Like, come on, this is crazy. Then the Raiders game, you finna lose to Aiden McConnell. Like, come on, bro. Like you said, I like their tight end, Brock Bowers. He's been playing great for them all year, but come on. He putting up 100-something yards. Trey Tucker, whoever that is, just cooking Trent McDuffie. They need to take – some people need to get their all-pros taken back because he's too young. Ain't no past his prime. You're 24. Ain't no past your prime, bro. Maybe you just weren't that good. Maybe you just look good because you were in the slot and L'Jarius Sneed had to guard all the number ones. I don't know. But whatever happened, you've been getting cooked this year, and I like the Chargers +4 in this game. I wouldn't touch the over and under because you never know when the Chiefs game. You don't know when they're going to pull out those flags or the sprinkler system, whatever it is. But I like Chargers +4 in this game. That's on Sunday Night Football, so that's slated to be probably the best game on the Sunday lineup. Just looking at all these games on Sunday. But I'll go to some, like I said, there's some sneaky important games in this lineup for Sunday. One of them is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona, I haven't really known how to judge this team all year long. Same with the Seahawks. They look good against some teams. They look terrible against some teams. I don't know what's going on. Even with the Cardinals and Seahawks, they just played 2 weeks ago. And the Seahawks beat the Cardinals 16-6. And I thought Arizona would win in that game because Seattle had just been playing random football. I mean, it's just really this whole NFC West, just random football. I don't know who's going to win which game. In this one, if I had to pick, I would go with Seattle in this game, even though they're playing at Arizona. And Arizona's a 2.5-point favorite. If I had to pick, which this is a game that I'll stay away from if I'm picking, because there's too many easy games to pick out here for you to make your money up this week. But this is one of the ones I'll stay away from. Arizona's a 2.5-point favorite. I like Seattle just because Seattle is on a win streak right now. I think they're on a 3-game win streak. They beat 49ers. They just beat the Cardinals. And then they beat the Jets, which isn't really an accomplishment. But they beat the Jets last week. Get the Cardinals again this week. This is right in contention for being first place for that NFC West. I mean, it's been flip-flopping all year long. Right now, Seattle is in first place in that NFC West. But this is an important game because whoever wins is going to the wild cards are gone. The wild cards are already over with. Ain't nobody getting the wild card no more. Those spots are already pretty much decided. So you're going to have to win your division if you want to go to the playoffs out of this division. Like I said, Seattle leading in first place, but Arizona right behind them, only a game behind them. So this is a super important game for both of these teams. Like I said, I'll give the slight edge to Seattle in this one, but this is a pick'em game that I'll probably stay away from this weekend. Kyra, who you like in this one, Seattle and Arizona?
Yeah, I'm taking Arizona, man. Not because I like the team better. That's just who I picked in spite of Quay. So I picked the Cardinals to win the division. So I'm gonna take the Cardinals, man. Just gonna ride that out. But Seattle got the weapons. Honestly, they should win the division since Christian McCaffrey is I don't know, being sold for parts right now. I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, Seattle should win this division. They should win this game. They should win the division. They're the most talented team left over there. I mean, unless the Rams are so bad on the other side on defense, and so I can't really expect them to really climb back up into that. But I'm going to go with Arizona, man. Kyler Murray. I've been waiting to see if this, if the Texas high school football legend magic can show itself in the NFL to the level that it showed itself in the high school football, which is crazy. But he's a special player, man, and I think he's more special than anybody on Seattle. Even though they have more talent, I think Arizona has the best talent. So I'm going with the best talent in Kyler Murray, and I'm thinking Seattle won the first game. So I don't really expect sweeps in the NFL unless the team is really bad. So I'm thinking this is going to be a split, and we're going to get Arizona. They're going to make some adjustments from 2 weeks ago, and Arizona's going to have the upper hand now.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that pick. I'm not mad at that. Like you said, they got the best player, and it's Kyler Murray. There's a lot of question marks about his character and all this other stuff going into this. I think he's done a great job this year in showing leadership skills and in showing that, man, he's still that guy. This was the number one pick in the draft. He's just been on some terrible teams, unfortunately, but he's also been on some good teams, the Cardinals. We forget they won 10 games that one year. They went to the playoffs and got smacked. But he's been on teams where, they won before, and this guy has won at every level. And he didn't win in college, but he was winning. He was a winning player in college, won the Heisman and all that too when he was at Oklahoma. And his talent, like you said, he's the most talented player on the field whenever he's out there. He's got a crazy arm. He's still super fast. All the stuff we've seen for us Texas high school football fans that we've been watching Kyler Murray his whole career, and still doing that in the league. So I'm not mad at that pick at all, picking Arizona out there. Like I said, this is a picking game, not one that I will pick. It's one that I will stay away from this week because, like I said, there's plenty of easy ones out here for you to pick to try to make up some of your money. So that's going to be a good game. As much as the good games there are this week, there's some really bad games going to be. There's some bad football going to get played this Sunday. The Saints and the Giants are playing each other. I'm not even going to pretend to try to break that game down. I'm just telling y'all the Saints and the Giants are playing. That's going to be terrible football. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans are playing. That's going to be terrible football. The Jets and the Dolphins are playing. It's some bad games this week, man. It's some really bad shit. The Bears and the 49ers. At this point, I got to put the Niners in there and the Bears. I got to put both of them in that category as bad because the Niners just don't have any players left. They're just picking up random guys to come play football at this point. This is a rec team playing in the NFL week in and week out, and the Bears are just the Bears. Some things stay the same, and the Bears being bad is just one of them. Still the bad news Bears. But it's some really bad games coming on this week in the NFL. But there's some more good ones. There's some more decent ones going on. Another important game is the Atlanta Falcons versus the Minnesota Vikings. I think last week on the show, I did a segment called Contenders Are Pretenders. And all year long, I've been trying to tell people, even when they're winning, that the Atlanta Falcons are pretenders. They're not good. What's his name? Kirk Cousins coming off a game where he just threw 4 picks. I've never been a believer in Kirk Cousins. The Falcons, they're not good. I mean, they're fool's gold. Everybody picked them and liked them in the offseason. And if the entire Tampa Bay team didn't get hurt, dang near, I think Tampa Bay would have ran away with this division. And Tampa Bay probably might still win this division. They're tied for first place right now with the Falcons. And the Falcons are about to pick up another loss because they're playing the Minnesota Vikings this week. And Minnesota's been playing some really good football. They lost those couple games, and everybody started saying, oh, they're cooling off and they're not going to be good. They're coming back down to earth. But since they lost those 2 games, they ran off 5 in a row. Now, they played some bad teams in those 5 wins, but you got to play the people that's in front of you. They ran off 5 wins in a row, taking on a Falcons team that's desperate and needs a win. So that's why I think this one will be a good game, because they need a win. But I like Minnesota. I would stay away from, 6 points is a lot of points in the NFL. I'm scared of taking people -6. That's what Minnesota's favored in this one. That's a lot of points. But I like their money line, though. I like Minnesota money line in this one. I think Minnesota will come out with the win in this one. Sam Darnold's been playing some decent football, and this Minnesota team just knows how to win. They're kind of just getting the ball to everybody a little bit. No one's really just standing out outside of Jettis. Obviously, he's got 1,000 yards. But besides that, there's nobody that just really stands out, but they play good football. This is a good team, a good unit, and Minnesota's 10-2 for a reason. So I like Minnesota in this game. Who do you like this week? This game, Minnesota and Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm going with Minnesota, man. You were spot on about Atlanta. I got excited early on in the year when they beat, I can't remember who it was that the Eagles. Yeah, they beat the Eagles early on in the year, and I was, oh man, yeah, okay, Kirk might be able to do something, man. Nope. Nope. The Professor Finesse strikes again, man. Just another check cash, man. So, Minnesota's playing good football, man. Brian Flores is probably I expect him to give that offense fits, and we're just going to check that box off, man. Hopefully nobody, it's not too ugly and everybody hits their, player props and their parlays and everything, but hey, be smart about that one. Take Minnesota, okay? Because and bet the unders on your guys, all right? So on your old dirty birds, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one to me. That's why I said some of those games you stay away from, like Seattle, Arizona. That's a coin toss game. Those are the ones you stay away from. You want some for show money? This is the games you get some right here. Minnesota Vikings, they're going to get you that money. Now, like I said, it's -6. That's tough. But even though the money line won't get you a lot, you put them in a parlay, it'll get you there. It'll get you where you need to go. I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. That the money lines will work out. Everybody, oh, man, the money lines don't get you no money. You put them in the right parlay, pick the right people, pick the spread, pick a couple spreads that you can get some for sure money on, pick a couple spreads in there, and you'll put together a pretty decent parlay. Hopefully I'm getting back in action this weekend. I stopped for about 2 or 3 weekends after LSU just I put together like an ultimate parlay. I mean, it's an 8-leg. When it's 8-leg, you almost assume like, hey, man, you're not going to win this. You're kind of just seeing how far can you get. Got 7 of them right, and LSU loses to Florida. Still ain't over that. That was like 2 weeks ago. That's one of those that just makes you so mad. You don't even, you just leave it alone. I just left everything alone for like 2 weeks. Like,
I'd have been in Lake Waco, man.
Bro, come on, man. 8-leg, y'all know what that's hitting on. It don't matter what you bet. You could have bet $1. You hit an 8-leg parlay, you're gonna be walking away with a little bit of change.
Hey, we're going to Red Lobster.
Man, I'm telling you, hey, we might hit some hibachi. It was with the way that one was looking. That was going because I bet more than $1 on it, so that was gonna be a pretty decent one. And LSU goes out there and loses to Florida. I still ain't over that with LSU. That's why y'all had to lose, and I'm just going to keep saying that. Even though my sister goes to LSU, that's why y'all had to lose, man, because y'all messed up some good money like that.
You got to tell sis put some itching powder in their locker room.
Yeah, something going on, man. Y'all already – all them dudes is making bets and gambling on the team. Y'all can't get my stuff right. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Let's stop it. Y'all throwing games at this point. But another decent game this week is the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are right in contention as well for winning their division. They're sitting right there 6-6, pretty much tied with Arizona for second place right now. Buffalo playing really good football. I put them in my power rankings this week, I put them at number 4. They've been playing good football as of late. I put them that low at 4, even though they're 10-2, because they really haven't played a lot of good teams, and the Rams are another team they're going to get a chance to beat up on in this game. I like them. This is one of those ones you make up. Like I'm trying to tell you how to build. This is one of the ones you make up in the money line right here, because this one, I'll take the points. Buffalo only a 3.5-point favorite. Not sure why in this game. Maybe just because it's in Los Angeles, but I like Buffalo in this one, and I like them on that 3.5 points because Buffalo been playing good football. Like I said, they've won like 7 in a row at this point now, I think. Yeah, 7 games in a row that they've won. I think this is going to be number 8. Josh Allen, probably the leader of the MVP conversation, just because of how he's been playing out there with a bunch of no-names. He's got good players, but, these aren't household names that he's playing with on the offensive end, and they're getting it done week in and week out. So I like Buffalo in this one, minus 3.5. Who you got in this one, Buffalo versus the Los Angeles Rams?
Yeah, give me the Rams, man.
You like the 3.5?
I'm taking them points, man. I think the Rams could win this game. They're at home, correct?
Yeah, Rams at home.
Yeah, the Rams at home. I think Buffalo is a good team, but a different team on the road. I don't want to see them at home. If they were at home, I would definitely take Buffalo. But Rams are at home. I'm pretty sure Kupp and Nakua are healthy. Correct? I
think they're playing in this game.
Yeah, Kyron Williams is still a good player. Yeah, at least one of them. So Kyron Williams is a really good running back. I think this is a recipe for the Rams to go steal one, or at least make it. Maybe you lose by a late field goal, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or something. So I'm taking the Rams to win the game, and I definitely won't be surprised if they cover the spread. So I think that's my out on the limb this week. But Josh Allen has been having a great season, 20 touchdowns, I think like 5 interceptions or something like that, man. So he's gotten the interception numbers down, despite that was my big shut up about Dak. Look at Josh Allen, So
yeah.
But he's got his numbers all the way down, man. So and he's making it happen with a bunch of UPS drivers out there. So it's great, man. But I'm taking the Rams. All hail Matthew Stafford, man.
Yeah, Matt Stafford's still a dog. And like you said, when Cooper Kupp and Puka Nakua are playing, they can beat anybody. So that's why the spread is 3.5 points. I still like Buffalo on this one, but they can beat anybody when those two dudes are playing, because Matt Stafford turns into a whole nother type of dude whenever both of those guys are out there playing. There's some games that y'all need to stay away from for my people that like playing the spreads this weekend. I know that Carolina and Philly looks enticing. I'm telling you now, stay away from that game. They're 12.5 points is a lot of points. That's a lot of points in the league. Can they beat Carolina by 12.5 points? Yeah, they can. They can beat them by 30. But you don't know what's going to happen. This is the NFL. Yes, of course, I think Philly is going to win. But 12.5 points is a lot of points. I'm telling y'all, man, stay away from that. Bryce Young been playing some decent football, too. The Dolphins and the Jets, stay away from this game. We don't know who is good out of the Dolphins or the Jets. Stay away from that game, y'all. I'm telling you. You don't know either one of these teams is fool's gold. Whatever you think about either one of them, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, New York is terrible, and they've been losing every game. The one game they will come out here and possibly win is against the Miami Dolphins. So I'm telling you right now, stay away from that game. It's fool's gold. The 49ers in Chicago. We don't know what's going to happen in that game. We don't even know who's playing for San Francisco. They're 3.5 point favorites in this one. Usually I would say take that, especially with Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. But, man, come on. You don't know who's playing in this game.
Elevate Mordecai. Elevate Tanner Mordecai.
Shout out to the Midway product, man. Let's bring him. When Brock Purdy didn't play and they played that one random dude, I was like, are they throwing games? What's going on? I would have played Mordecai, but before any of them, I'd have played Josh Dobbs. Why did Josh Dobbs not play? I don't know what's going on with the 49ers.
They retooling. They know they're not going to sign that boy.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It's been working all these years without having a quarterback. It's been working since 2019 with no quarterback. Don't get fooled into paying Brock Purdy no $200 million. No reason to go on and doing that.
Yep.
I just
Yeah,
don't.
Jerry.
Yeah, just go on and find you with somebody else in this draft. Go ahead and when Carson Beck falls to the 5th round, go ahead and pick him up and start bringing him up in the thing after everybody gets off of him after this. Don't go get no Dylan Gabriel. I ain't saying that. Don't go get one of them dudes.
No.
Yeah, that's Stetson Bennett. I ain't seen Stetson Bennett. I think he opened up a law firm. I ain't seen Stetson Bennett since he got drafted on the Rams.
Bennett and Associates.
I don't know. Yeah, Bennett and Associates, Bennett boys.
Zimmerman law firm.
Yeah, literally. Like I don't know what happened to Stetson Bennett, but don't pick up Dylan Gabriel thinking that's going to be it. Before we get off here, obviously talk a little bit about your Cowboys. They're playing the Bengals. Cowboys coming off of back-to-back wins. Micah Parsons feeling good about themselves. Cincinnati can't buy a win right now. They're 5-point favorites in this game. They're playing on Monday Night Football. What's your thoughts just about this game? Because this is one of those I'll stay away from too. Because Bengals just cannot win right now. And as bad as the Cowboys have been, they won 2 in a row at least.
Yep. What's crazy, Jalen? I actually expect us to win this game.
I'm not mad at that.
I do. I really do. It's going to be – I think this is going to be a Micah Parsons game, honestly. I don't think they're going to be able to block him.
That's what I'm thinking.
This might be a game where he has like 3 or 4 sacks. The Bengals, Joe Burrow doesn't get any time. Diggs, the most interesting matchup to me is Diggs and Chase. Diggs is locked up. Chase, every time they've met in the league so far. And I think Chase knows that.
They better put that safety on that boy, man.
They better. You're absolutely right. So I think Chase knows that. I think it's gonna be get back time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very interested in seeing what happens there. But if you're gonna have to hold the ball to throw it deep. So and that's Micah. So
yeah.
Hey, and y'all got a good offensive line. So if you're trying to get Chase the ball down the field, I'm looking at Micah in the backfield. So I think the defense is gonna have a chance to win this game because it's really just Joe who's having a good season. Offense can't play defense, man. And so if the defense, I expect the Cowboys defense to do a great job this week. We're healthy for the first time all year, I guess. Yeah, I guess we'll call it that. But we'll see, man. I don't know what Cooper Rush is gonna do. As long as he drives that bus, we should be all right. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think they got to get about a Rico Dowdle, man. At this point, he's earned his spot and getting some more touches in these last couple of wins, especially against the Giants. Get a ball to Rico. Get on the short field. You got the best kicker in the league. Win off kicks because I'm like you. I think Micah might get I'm thinking 3 sacks and maybe a couple forced fumbles to go along with it. Joe Burrow just coming off a game where he fumbled the ball twice. Why not fumble it twice again? At this time, it's going to be Micah chasing you. And, Overshown good for going out there and forcing some type of Wookiee turnover. So, I mean, hey, I'm tempted to take Cowboys +5 in this one. It's one I'll stay away from just because Joe Burrow could just get mad and throw for 400 yards. But, man, their defense, the Bengals' defense is absolutely horrible. So, could the Cowboys move the ball on them? I don't see why not. They moved the ball on the Giants. Their defense is terrible. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to move the ball on them. But I'll be leery of picking that one. But I'm sure you Cowboys fans are definitely going to go out there and do +5. Y'all probably bet plus Cowboys in the last 3 or 4 games anyway. But, folks, we're out of time here today. Want to thank everybody for tuning in with us, watching the show with us this week, all week long. I want to thank Kyrell for jumping on here with us today. Make sure you guys getting ready to watch some MCC basketball this weekend. Also, the La Vega Pirates are in the fourth round of the playoffs as they're playing in Round Rock this weekend. That game will be back on the radio, so make sure you guys are getting ready for that one. La Vega's been doing great out there. Coach Hyde doing a great job coaching up those boys. One of the last Central Texas teams in the playoffs still. So everyone in Central Texas should be rooting for this La Vega Pirate team as they're going out there and representing Waco the right way. MCC basketball on Saturday at 2 o'clock. MCC women's team, number 10 in the nation, taking on Panola College. Want to thank everybody for watching with us this week. We'll be back on Monday to wrap up Conference Championship Week. We'll talk some more NBA, and we'll talk about this crazy weekend of NFL games coming up this weekend as well. So we'll see you guys then. Everybody have a great evening.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And